Hey, what's going on, guys? Jason here. Welcome to the Lawn Fix. So we are finally in October and we finally just cooled down. We've had temperatures in the 90s, 95 yesterday in October, and I planted my seed September 12th. And let's take a look at the lawn. I had some major setbacks, and I know that I recommended that you seed earlier, but I take that back. Knowing what I know about the climate that we're in here in Georgia, I wish I'd started later as opposed to earlier, because the hot temperatures really affected this growing season. So let's take a look at the lawn. Also, I have some important news about the state of the lawn moving forward. I've decided, well, let me just show you. So here's the lawn after, I haven't even cut it yet. It's, if you look at the picture right now, this picture, it's come a long way, right? But if you look a little closer, I had some disease issues creep in. See how it's laying over like that? And it just pulled right up. This is due to the extreme temperatures that we've had and the watering. Also, thankfully we haven't had that much rain, because I think this would be all completely gone by now. So there was not a lot of washout. There was one bad rain where some of this ran down this hill, and that's why it's a lot thicker here, which can contribute to the disease issues. So you definitely don't want to over apply the seed. So yeah, we'll see how it just started cooling down now. So overall coverage is okay. I have some bare areas. I'm just gonna wait to see how that fills in. The grass is still baby grass. It hasn't even tillered out yet. I haven't even mowed it yet because we've had temperatures in the 90s, so I've been just leaving it alone. I haven't even fertilized heavily yet. I have yet to throw nitrogen on the lawn. I'm gonna wait for the temperatures to get cooler, a lot cooler, before I do that. So here is this part. See the strip filled in. I had a lot of dieback. A lot of dieback happening because of the temperatures. So this was a lot greener a couple weeks ago, but it died. So the important news that I've decided to convert the front of my yard this spring to Bermuda. I've put a lot of thought into this, and I think that this grass type has a lot of maintenance involved and a lot of fungicides that I have to spray, and it's really annoying. I think I've sprayed fungicide like 6 times this year. Oh crap. Ooh, big bird. So in the springtime, I'm going to convert the front of my lawn into Bermuda. I have yet to announce what that cultivar is, but I'm going to go full-blown Bermuda, cut it down to 1 inch. It's gonna be real mowed and everything. It's gonna be nice and clean. The backyard, I have yet to decide what I'm gonna do, but for now, I'm just gonna keep the fescue because it's a heavily shaded area. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the front yard here. I think I've decided I'm going to sod instead of seed Bermuda. I think I'm done with seeding after seeding for 2 years tall fescue. Sod, you get immediate results. So I'm probably gonna sod in the springtime. The sod's probably gonna come semi-dormant because of that. They cut it at pretty close to when they deliver it. So and what I'm probably gonna go with, I've been doing a lot of research, is a Bermuda hybrid called, and part of the reason why I'm going with that is that it's slightly more shade tolerant than a lot of the other ones. Here's the front lawn and the side. Like I mentioned, a lot of it died back. That's it. Throw some more seed down. I think it was a combination of gray leaf spot and pythium that killed a lot of this. But considering where we were 3 weeks ago, I'll throw up a photo now. You know, it's still better. So in the springtime, all this is going to be Bermuda, and it's going to be cut short, and it's going to be real mode. I'm really excited about it. I want a grass type that's hardier and a lot less maintenance. This grass type here in Georgia, it means a lot of maintenance. You're going to be spraying like crazy. And here is a lot of it thinned up again. So some of the areas that I'm a little concerned about with Bermuda is right around this edge here. I know out there in the open I get a lot of sunlight, but right here, you know, I may have to trim up these trees a little bit. And obviously that tree right there, that's a cherry blossom tree. And this corner right here gets less light, so I might have to struggle with that a little bit in the summertime. But I'm really excited. I want something that's going to survive in the Georgia heat, and I think, you know, this is a trial and error thing. Been looking at the Pete Denny videos, GCI Turf, and I really loved his yard. And you know, he does deal with very extreme weathers just like I do, but I think in Georgia we're just a little hotter, a little longer than he is, and the humidity is terrible over here. So I'm just throwing in the towel, and I'm just gonna start new, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna be documenting the whole process, and I can't wait to have a nice green flat yard here again. So the two things that were pretty high maintenance of having this turf grass here in Georgia, a very hot climate, is one, the amount of fungicides that I've been spraying just to keep the disease in check, and also the amount of water that I had to put down just to keep it green throughout the summer. And you know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You know, it's hot, so you want to water to keep the grass cool and also to keep it alive, but in the flip side, you're watering a lot, so you have disease issues. And so one of the things I look forward to Bermuda is that it's extremely drought tolerant, and the part that I love about Bermuda is that it's able to fill itself in if there are any issues with fungus. Like, you know, with fescue, if you have a hole in the lawn because of disease, the grass died, you just have to wait like months, and you have to deal with the lawn looking bad. But with Bermuda, you know, it'll fill in a couple of rains and some fertilizer. It'll fill in holes in the grass pretty aggressively. So, you know, I don't know if I call this losing the battle, but I will say that it affected me emotionally, not in a great way. I was really upset, and I don't like that. You know, lawn care is supposed to be something that's very fun, and this year has just been a battle of I've just had like a terrible attitude about everything. You know, it affected me in a very negative way, and I'm done with it. I want, even if Bermuda I have for 6 months out of the year, I want it to be a great 6 months. And that's it. I may even possibly overseed with a cool season lawn. So one of the things that people do is that they'll overseed with ryegrass in the winter so that you have all year round grass, green grass. So I may do that, but we'll see how next year. You know, if I'm tired of mowing so much, I may just let it go dormant and just be done with it. So, yeah, you know, lawn care can be a lot of work, and I want it to be work, but You know, if I was watering like crazy this summer and the lawn looked great, then it would be a different story. But despite my efforts, you know, and it looks like this, it just is not worth it for me. I love mowing and I love fertilizing and watching the grass look great, but I don't know. I may sound like I'm giving up, but you know, I am in the south here, and temperatures, you know, start really warm early on, and it seems like they stick around longer than most places. We're just under the transition zone. We're in the warm season section of grass growing. So, you know, putting this grass top here is definitely a challenge, and I look forward to just culling it off and starting fresh. So